we have a new promotion that we're going to be doing called Victorium, Episode 2, August 10th. This is going to be in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and we're going to run up there and talk to Giovanni next week sometime, and holler at him and get all the skinny on this new Victorium and what they do. So, also don't forget the Fight Lab 32. That's July 27th, and that will be at the Music Factory, NC Music Factory. So don't forget that. We also have the Bull City Brawl 12, and that's the same night. So you either got to go to the Bull City Brawl 12, or you got to the people that are in Durham, Raleigh, go see the Bull City Brawl, man. It's going to be badass. Billy Dowdy puts on a great show. He's got all kinds of guys fighting that one. And if you're in Charlotte or anywhere near Charlotte, go see Fight Lab 32. That's going to be the main event. Is Joe Pacheco on that one, and also the co-main is Keith Richardson. All right, well, so here we are at the Mirage in the Champagne Room, and we're kind of chilling out. I'm actually looking over the stage, I guess. We're not allowed to show you guys all the beautiful women that are here, but we definitely can see them ourselves. So anyway, we're going over the Rage in the Cage, the Mirage 1. This is the first one that you guys are going to be doing. Now, is this the same kind of atmosphere you guys have been doing in the past with Reign of Dreams, or you guys just scrap that all together and you guys are just going completely with this?
We're going to still have the shows. Actually got one scheduled September 14th, Reign of Dreams. The promoter Rings of Dreams got together with the guys here, and this place was recently opened, so
brand new, man. What they said. It's still got the new smell to it.
And the way to promote the club, the owner said, "Well, I think I can get my club name out there better if I sponsor a mixed martial arts event." So, you know, we're trying this. We're trying this for like the first time. There hasn't actually been an MMA show in Greensboro in a while, and there hasn't been a outdoor show since Clash in the Grass at Mar 40 about 3 years ago.
Yeah, and you guys got the Morehouse, which is going to do your weigh-ins.
They're going to do the weigh-ins. They're going to sponsor the weigh-ins.
That's awesome, man. I really like the Poorhouse. So tell me about this. Well, we want to go ahead and give you the address. 6430 Burnt Poplar in Greensboro. It's really a really nice, beautiful Mirage. It's called the Mirage. It's really, really nice, man. You guys got to come out here and check it out. And then, of course, Saturday night is going to be the fight. So let's go over this card, man. You guys got some really good fights on this card. You got all amateur MMA, and then you have your pro boxing.
Right. We actually have 2 pro MMA fights.
Oh, you do too? Okay, yeah. So who's Steve Montgomery, right?
Steve is fighting on this one. Steve, he kind of gets fighting in North Carolina because he fits about 13 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. What we got is we got our first one of the first pro fights. It's going to be Roy Hughes versus Jay Spade.
Okay.
Jay Spade, he's not new to the game. He started doing jiu-jitsu at an early age. At 16, he started fighting MMA in Virginia, and he's 19 years old. He has 11 MMA fights as an amateur. I believe it's somewhere around 11 and 2.
Yeah, that's what it says there.
He was a high school wrestler from Rose High School in Greensboro, placed fourth in the state. So he's got the background for it. And Rory Hughes is he's one of those brawlers. He's out there to try to swing for the fence. And if you catch it, he might knock you out. But it's just going to be an interesting fight because you got the ground game with Jay Spade, and then you got Rory Hughes throwing hands.
Most tough. So then you got tell me about the Adam Rosnick fight. What do you think? What's your predictions on that one? He's my buddy. I'm sporting the old Asheville School of Martial Arts shirt just for my boy. Tell me how you think that's gonna go. He just lost his belt. I'm hoping he gets back in there and rocks him too.
Well, actually, about 3 days ago, I found out that Rosnick can't fight because he's got a suspension from the Athletic Commission.
Oh, okay.
I hate it. It would have been a good fight.
Oh, unfortunate. Well, you know what? At least, hopefully, we'll be able to get Jeremy Kramer or somebody to fight. I do have a couple of free fighters that they're looking to do if necessary. But yeah, man. But so any predictions? Any good fights you think are gonna be fight of the night, or switch of the night, or KO of the night? You know, I know you always have your predictions. You always got your guys in there that you feel are gonna just blow the doors off somebody.
Well, here's the thing. You know, I put the card together and I about can't remember who's on it, so I ain't looking at that sheet.
I hear you.
Right. Well,
I was my
here,
order was going
we got a good heavyweight matchup with Drew Allen Stewart. He's got the name from Carolina Fight Promotions. You know, when they did all that, he kind of made a name. We got Mark George. He's from Tennessee. You know, I really don't know anything about him other than the fact that you know he's doing Duke.
Yeah. He's a pretty good fighter. I've seen him before.
He's you know he's a veteran. He's a pretty old guy, but you know Drew Allen Stewart bugged me to get him a fight.
Yeah.
So you know I got him a fight. He's ready to go. He's got a layoff. He's got like a year, maybe a year and a half layoff. He was trying to walk on, play football at Appalachian State, and I don't think that's went the way he wanted to go. We got Brian Harris and Alex Garner. Brian Harris was a fighter that used to train at Ground Control BJJ under Jeff Cole. So that's where he got his ground game coming from. Brian, ever since this time last year, has bugged me to get his date. You know, so I'm gonna let him get his feet wet versus Alex Garner, who's pretty much a kickboxing guy. I don't know his background. He trains with the Healing Boys down there in Denton, North Carolina. Yeah. That's a city I kind of try to stay out of. But it'll be an interesting fight. Training with the Healing Boys, the wrestling's probably gonna be on point because they're pretty two good little wrestlers. We got Nick Bill versus Ryan Craver. Nick Bill's from Asheboro Martial Arts. He trains there with James Rosnick, who got 30 fights to his name.
I like Nick. Nick's really good.
I hadn't seen him fight before. I know he's 2-0. And James says he's tough. And
Early? Yeah, he's done a.
No, Nick Bill.
Oh, Bill. Yeah, Bill's good too.
Ryan Craver is another guy from Denton, North Carolina. He's 1-2. You know, he's had some losses, and actually every single loss he's had, he's probably dominated the fight and got hit with a late submission. He's coming in with a wrestling background, wrestling for North Davidson and South Davidson, and that'll be an interesting fight. Really interesting fight. And we got Colton Cochran, Herman Madison. You know, Herman Madison had a rib injury from what I heard. He had to pull out. We got Kenny Alicia and Wilfredo from Team Rock.
Yeah. Wilfredo, I like him, man. That's gonna be a good fight.
You know, anytime you got Team Rock involved, the guys are always in shape and ready to go. Team Rock's one of those groups. It's like
they're coming to back.
15 locations throughout North Carolina. Well, Kenny Alicia is from Elite Martial Arts up in Galax. His coach or sensei is Dean Piles, who's no stranger to the sport here in North Carolina. And his guys are always ready to go and ready to bang. So I seen Kenny fight. He debuted on our Rings of Rings before, and I like putting him back on there every time he wants to be on there. He's also one of our military soldiers.
Nice.
We got Antoine Phillips versus Josh Smith. Antoine Phillips and Josh Smith, from what I could gather, was supposed to fight a week ago down there in Havelock, and for some odd reason it didn't work out. So they're gonna bang on this card. Josh Smith,
I like Josh.
Seen him fight for a while. He debuted his first fight on the Carolina Fight Promotions. Their return, I think, was back like April 26th of 2009.
Yeah. And
he's been fighting since then, off and on. I don't know much about Antoine Phillips other than the fact that he's 2-0. So I mean, he's won 2 fights. I figure if he's from Appalachia, he's a beach boy.
Yeah. He does Premier. He's at Premier. It's gonna be a hard fight.
We got Cameron Ray and Tony Headley Tony's 0-1. They're both eager to get their first win. So they're gonna just go in there and bang it out, see what they can do.
That's gonna be. I love when you guys got a couple of dudes or seasons that haven't been yet.
Yeah.
Man, they love it.
Everybody's fighting hard to get that W. We got Donald Happ versus Donnell Smith. Smith's another guy that's from the Helix Gym. Happ is from Team Rock. You know how you got those Team Rock guys. The jiu-jitsu is always on point. Laban Probst, Brent Pierce, all those guys. They're all they're all good instructors. We got Brandon Williams and Adam White. Adam White's 0-2. Brandon Williams 2-6. Both guys looking for a win. It's going to be a good little 205 type matchup. It's going to be a pretty interesting card. I like for you guys to come out and watch us and support it. Tickets $25, and it's going to be. I want to explain to you because I'm getting emails about this. Is it at a gentleman's club? Yes. But it's outside, like under a tent, in a parking lot of a gentleman's club, and it's going to actually be family friendly. Everything is going to be outside, including porta johns and food, drinks. There's no reason why you should even have to enter the strip club for any reason. Other than
if you want to.
Yeah. I mean,
Hubble.
So, I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, after the show,
ain't nothing like Kate's fight and strip joints, man.
So awesome after party.
Yeah. So it'll
That's right. You ain't got to go nowhere. Right there.
it'll be interesting.
Yes, sir.
To say the least. I'm working hard and
There you are. Congratulations, man.
And if I
It
do-
looks like a great. I really like the website, by the way, where it goes down into your card. That's ingenious. You guys did a really good job.
the Mirage they did all that. I think they hired some guy to do that. And all the fighters, if you're fighting on the card, you watch me, man. It's a week of the fight. I still need medicals. I shouldn't have to chase you guys for this. You need to fight. You got problems, medicals. Give me a call. Let me know.
Most definitely, man. We can get you going at Advanced Sports Labs or one of the labs around here and get your blood done. Fight Nation Network is one of their sponsors, so we can definitely help you out. I think it's $80. It's real cheap for the whole year or 6 months for your blood. So really, for all you fighters out there who haven't got your blood work yet, you're gonna have to, man. So let's do this shit. Well, man, hey, man, it's been awesome. I'm really looking forward to these fights and the fact. Tell us about the fact that this is a hybrid. You're doing the cage and the boxing ring right next to each other, like you always do. I really like that concept of this, so I think it's going to do really, really well underneath the tent and even open. I think it's going to look really great. And who's your main event for your boxing?
I don't really have anything to do with boxing like that. I'm not. Well, our matchmaker, I think it's a guy named Cedric who does a lot of boxing around here.
Yeah.
I've been on the record before. I don't like boxing.
So you don't even know who's fighting?
I don't even know who's fighting.
I like it.
I've never.
I'll make sure you guys get that Wednesday on our Fight Nation Network episode 6, the weekly show. Make sure you tune in to the Lorax Spawn show. Steve Montgomery's gonna call us, right? Is he calling us in and talking to us?
You know what? I forgot to call him.
Okay, well, have one of these fighters call us up, man. We're there from 11 to 11:30. But anyway, we're going to be talking about all these fights that are coming up in detail, and by that time I'll have a little bit of the information on the boxing, because I know there's a lot of boxing fans in Durham and in Raleigh that are really looking forward to some good scraps. I know it's Gary's deal, and he brings all of his Winston-Salem fans from the boxing in Winston-Salem that he's done forever, man. I remember the Millennium for a long, long time,
Yeah, he's probably the longest viewer listen to Justin Bieber.
No shit, that's Justin Bieber. No fuck, man.
He's not even old to be in the strip club.
No, he can't even be in the strip club.
We got boxing. We got boxing on there, and I think Kerry's been the longest boxing promoter. But
if they won?
How long does it take?
Oh, for as long as we won.
Well, anyways, while I'm on live, I've been waiting to get this out. There's a lot of things I need to talk about.
Oh shit! We gonna get some grief here on fucking Fight Nation, baby.
You know,
The nitty gritty.
I'm the kind of person who calls a spade a spade.
Oh shit!
I got a fighter, man. It's Steve Montgomery. I think pretty much everybody, if you keep up with MMA, especially Fight Master reality show with Bellator, you kind of know who he
The
is.
creepy weasel.
Yeah, he kind of got made famous, not probably in a way that he wanted to be made famous, but hell, I mean, it's national television. The kid lives in Florida, but he used to, he grew up, he's born and raised in Florence, South Carolina. And I'm trying to figure out why I call Andy Hall and Jarrett Williams and all these people that do fights in South Carolina, and I can't seem to get the boy on the card in South Carolina. I'm trying to figure out how a kid leaves his house at 18 years old, literally 2 weeks after his graduation, to pursue this dream of being an MMA fighter and American top team, and he can't get on the fight card in his own hometown. But then he's a pro. He's 4-2 as a pro, and he comes up. I see these promotions. They bring up other people from like across the country that's not going to sell a single ticket. And be that as it may, now you're probably like, well, I'm going to never put him on there. Well, hell, you never put him on there to begin with. But I'm just saying, I just think it's a bunch of nonsense when I'm calling a promoter and you can't get, you're not going to put him on a card, but yet you'll bring somebody else down from, like Shamar Bailey. How many people came to watch Shamar Bailey fight at the beach? And you probably paid a lot of money for him. Yeah, I don't know who he is other than the fact that he was on the Ultimate Fighter, and Shamar, he goes down there and he fights a debut Renee chokes him, and Shamar Bailey's like freaking 10-6.
What? Nah.
And then there's a lot of interesting matchups that could sell for itself. Michael Allen knows this, so it ain't gonna be nothing strange to him. Blaine Thomas is back in the game, and I've always been trying to solicit a matchup between Blaine Thomas and Steve Montgomery. We've been presented the opportunity to do it September 7th. Down there in Charlotte. It's not a Fight Lab card, it's something Harley Davidson is doing in conjunction with Team Highest End and Paul Boo, but I think that fight would be a better fight on a bigger show. I'm just, you guys, put them on your shows down in South Carolina. It's really frustrating because I see all these other people that are coming up fighting on these shows, and then you ain't gonna put Steve on there. Steve's my guy. We all know that. If you want somebody to come in there and bang it out, put him on there. If you were there to watch that Quest for Glory fight with Steve Montgomery and Cody Wilson, yes, Steve came up on a losing end by decision, but it was the best fight, probably one of the best fights that's been seen in South Carolina in a while, regardless of what promotion has ever been there.
Yeah.
But I can't get you to see that because it's always, how many tickets he's going to sell, or how many tickets such and such is going to sell. Well, how many did Shamar Bailey sell, or how many did Crazy Horse sell? But you put him on there and you probably paid him a couple grand to be there. And we're not asking for that. It's not about the money. It's about getting fights, and we want fights. It's not about money now. It's about money later. We just need to get the fights, and I appreciate it if you guys in South Carolina, try to help them out. It's frustrating.
Well, there you have it. Brian Hayes calling you guys out in South Kakalaki out, man. What's up? Let's put some Steve Montgomery on some cards, man. He's a pro, 4-2. What's his weight class?
170.
170. Let's do this shit, man. But yeah, man. So this is going to happen on Saturday night here live at the Mirage, and if you must know, we will be live streaming it on Fight Nation TV via me, and then we'll actually have footage for it afterwards for the fighters and stuff like that. But stay tuned to us on Wednesday tomorrow, Wednesday. Today's Monday. Shit, I don't know what day it is. Wednesday we're having a really good show. We're going over all the fights that are happening this month. So So make sure you tune in. We'll be going over each one of them and who's going to be the headliners and stuff like that. I'm going to try to get some guys to call in. So again, this is Cage Rage at the Mirage, Brian Hayes, the Hellspawn, and the Lorax. We'll see you later, man. Have a good night. Deuces. Let's see what this says. Let's post that bitch.
Yeah, I'm not just a bunch of motherfuckers off here.
Nah, that's cool. We call people out.
Oh, we call people all the time, They hate us.
I don't give a fuck. You should have saw me on damn Christian McDaniel's radio show. I think he had to edit that shit. I was like, y'all some. I told him, I was like, dude, y'all in South Carolina, man, y'all a bunch of damn fucking shady fucks, man. I mean, you don't want to put him on the card. Like, he bring up a fucking Shamar Bailey out of bumfuck nowhere. Like, who the fuck is he?
Yeah,
I mean,
well, I've seen that a lot over there. They do not bring anybody in their cards that they feel they're gonna beat their guys.
Well, it's Steve Montgomery's a South Carolina guy, and then, you know, the motherfucker makes a goddamn UFC or something like that, and then, you know, like, the only time Andy Hall ever said any motherfucking thing to Steve Montgomery was when he congratulated him on his wall on Facebook for making a Fight Master show. And Steve was like, that motherfucker can't put me on the card, but he congratulated me for making a Fight Master show. I mean, you know,
how you doing on the show?
Well, that was what happened was he had to fight his he trained in 16 weeks. Him and his teammates, they both got selected for the show.
Yeah.
All right. So it gets down to the last 4 fighters to fight to get in the house, and Steve and his teammates stand beside each other. These other 2 guys are standing beside each other. So they knew they were getting ready to fight one of the 2 guys in front of them, and Sam Kaplan's dumbass fucking calls them 2 up to fight each other to get in the house.
So was teammates too?
Yes. And Sam, you know, and so Steve pleaded with Sam to say, like, you know, I don't want to fight my teammate. You know, he wanted to fight Joe Riggs.
Yeah.
And Joe Riggs, you know, he's like, dude, I want to fight Joe Riggs. He's like, you guys obviously want him to win this show. You guys obviously trying to bring him back. So I got the worst record on the show. Let me fight Joe Riggs. And they wouldn't let him. They said by the rules of that, Louisiana Wrestling Athletic Commission, that they can't take up matchups on the day we ain't weigh-in, but they did it twice on the show for Joe Riggs, his opponent backed out. They switched it up, you know. But my thing is with the whole thing with Bellator was like, fucking use common sense. Like, here's a guy that knocked out the fucking winner of your competitor's reality show. He should be on the show by default from a marketing standpoint. You know, and I told Kaplan that. I mean, so if Steve went out there and he couldn't get his head straight, he lost. It's plain and simple. I mean, he lost, and after he lost, and after he debuted on Spike, I had an MMA Junkie call me, I had MMA Frenzy call me, I had MMA Mania call me, I had MMA Insider call me. So, you know, so Steve was on that having down, you know, basically explaining what happened, but it's a bunch of bullshit. You know, like, you know, this kind of shit makes you want to get out of the sport, but sometimes people aren't in it for, like, you know.
Yeah, well, that's the reason why we're doing this, because we just got tired of it not being fucking recorded.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, the problem with me,
what really fucking happens, I want people to see it.
the problem with me, like, and I mean, me and you are the same way, and that's why we flash too fast, like, because, you know, we don't give a fuck. You know?
And also, it wasn't really you.
Yeah.
It was Carrie.
Yeah.
But because you gave, you know, I was fucked up. I'm like, well, I'm gonna be pissed off at you because what a Carrie did to me. But really,
Yeah.
why would I do that? And Carrie, you know how he had said fucking little ninja fucking poof and he's gone, man. You can't find that motherfucker. He turns his phones off. He turns everything. He's gone, man.
Yeah.
Just poof and dust.
So, I mean,
fucking man.
well, the thing is that, you know, me and Carrie was kind of had it out after the last Rings of Dreams. And he's like, oh, I was like, Carrie, let me tell you something. You know how many times she told me I don't need to be her matchmaker? You call me, I expect to have to fucking call the phone call. You know?
You don't have anybody else.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, as far as MMA and Salem, you know, I've been the one holding it down for the last fucking 4 years. You know what I mean? And, you know, so, I mean, not everybody likes us. I guess I can't say that everybody likes me, but hell, I can't say everybody hates me either.
Well, you can't, and that's the whole thing about this, man. Is I've known this from the get-go, dude. There's too many egos, too much fucking testosterone, and a whole bunch of A-type of fucking of attitudes in this game to begin with. You're not gonna get everybody in this game that sees anything going that's new and exciting, they want to latch onto it and they want to eat it up. And I've seen it happen all the fucking time. Anytime I've done anything outside the box, I've watched so many people try to jump on board with it, you know? And it's just like, you know, look, you do your thing, everybody will do their thing, and let's all come together instead of everybody trying to eat each other. You know, you've got the Winston-Salem, you know, Fight Lab does really well down there with Elite, and then Elite jumps up and does their little thing, Hickory and everywhere else. I mean, you know, and then you got Jawbreaker over there that just, you know, they get so mad at everybody if anybody tries to go in their little realm, you know, and.
Well, that's the damn Carolina Fight Promotion type attitude.
Well, not so much that, but see, the problem with them is they're still gun shy because of that crap. We got fucked. I mean, me and Paul really got fucked by Doug, and it was like one of those kind of things that he's gun shy when it comes to other companies. And you know, like for instance, that last one, that XFP thing we did, we wanted to spotlight the fact that the guy, you know, he's doing the best he can. He's got a church going on, whatever the deal may be, and we want to just, all we do is spotlight him and let him do what he's going to do. If he fucks up and falls flat on his ass, hey, that's you. We're not gonna give you an emotion, we're not gonna give you an opinion about it, we're just gonna show it. And you know what? Even though he didn't have anybody in his fucking audience, he had maybe 20 people there or whatever, it looked good. He had okay fights, he had a lot of upsets, there was some good shit going on. You know, so no matter what, guys fought, guys got records better and worse, and guys got more. I mean, everybody has their fucking way, and everybody's got their little fucking groove in this shit, man. And that's what I don't understand about a lot of these places. They're trying to throw cogs in the shit and trying to be this and this and this. You know, all we're trying to do is just get the footage out there. That's what I told Jumper. No, we don't want you guys to do any footage with us. You know, we don't want you coming in, and, you know, make sure that when you guys walk in, you don't walk in with your cameras on. That's what they told us. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to your fucking fight. Because what do you mean? I was like, dude, how many fucking fights have I done for you fucking people and you treat me like a second-class citizen? You know? I'm fucking tired of it. You drop me down from $1,000 a fight to $5. I do it anyway, and I do it for the fighters. And then you give me grief afterwards, and then I don't get any praise in the cage. You don't tell anybody, hey, matchmaker house, and nothing. Don't give me any love. So I'm like, okay, no problem. I'll tell you what, you do it. So I told him, I said, you do it. Well, now it went from Trevor Hayes trying to do it to Trevor Hayes going, you know, I don't want to do it, to Trevor Hayes saying, I'm going to help do it, but I don't want any money. Because you know why? He knows, he even said that last night, if I accept money from these people, they're going to fucking want me to do a good job. And I don't know if I can. Because the reputation they have with Crystal fucking that whole thing up, really nobody wants to fight for it. And the whole, you know, change in the last minute, well, now they have a cage set up. But, I mean, they're going to have, last minute he gets the cage set. He calls me last minute, says, hey man, how much for a cage? I was like, you're going to pay a fucking ton of money for a cage right now. What do you mean? I'm like, you're asking the day of the fucking fight, bro. You're asking for a cage. Oh, well, my cage fell through. Bullshit. I haven't been able to get a chance to do 2 fucking months. You fall the face of the fucking player. I fucking leave you voicemails and texts. You know goddamn well they're right there. And you don't call me back? What kind of respect is that, bro? It's just no respect. You know the man has voicemail. You know the man's getting text.
Look, but now keep fucking with him. Now keep fucking with him.
Now that I've gotten on the skinny and narrow of this thing, and we don't pick sides. We don't give no favoritism to nobody. And I'll tell you, if you don't want me coming in there with my fucking thing on, believe me, we will not.
What's his reasoning behind it?
He wants his own. He's got his own taking or you know.
He's got his own company.
He's got his own production company.
He doesn't want
Which is Will Ferris.
What the fuck, man? It's not like that he's like on some national ass fucking network.
No, they got ESPN radio there. I thought they were big deal.
I was listening to
Yeah, I did hear him.
We listened to it. Well, I downloaded it and put it on my Facebook because of it.
I mean, yeah, if it's somebody I know interview, but that was not like, oh, let me go listen to ESPN radio.
You know, nobody ever listens to this shit.
I mean, you don't want to downplay the fact that it was on that at the same time. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
And I don't want, and I told him that, I was like, you know, look, I'm not trying to downplay you, but why are you making us look like we're doing something wrong? Like we're trying to teach you something. All we're trying to do is get the fan base out there.
Be like, hey, look, fights happen. You missed these fights.
Yeah.
Here, you can watch them.
You know, it's kind of like, like back when Eddie Nelson was like, motherfuckers try to play you stupid.
Right.
Like, I think it's because they got a little more money and they think you don't know shit about, like, what you're doing. And, like, Andy was like, yeah, well, I offered this Steve a fight on fucking June 23rd. I was like, you offered him a fight on, like, 3 weeks' notice against Josh Williams at fucking 185. He was like, well, Josh Williams is willing to go up, so you can't have everything you want. I was like, Josh Williams is willing to go up because his ass missed weight at 170 twice. Come on, man. Like, why you doing, like, I told him, I was like, I'm just gonna hang up with you because you just think like, you just try to play me stupid. Like, he can't make 170, so he had to go 185. It wasn't damn 185 by choice, it was 185 by lazy.
Fat ass.
Yeah, 185 by fat ass, like, and because Steve walks around at fucking 200 pounds and cuts his fucking weight the right way, that shit probably take it. I don't give a fuck.
No, it's not.
No, we got the other one. We got the editing one.
It's not live anymore.
We'll get the good shit.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck to get
That's
dude, we
really that's what it is. That's what you don't see about the MMA industry is what this shit happens like because there's only a few people that are really doing it.
Right.
There's like what, maybe 20 people in the state that are doing MMA on the promotion level.
No, 6.
I mean,
6. It was 22 years ago. And the commission completely fucked them, and nobody's making any money. So there's only 6 promoters doing it.
well, and then you got, they always want to fucking like raise the price on shit. Like, we're like the fucking like most expensive state to fight in. I tell fighters,
Oh yeah. Well, they're raising it again, bro.
yeah, I'm like,
Next year,
I tell
13%.
fighters when they fight, I'm like, dude, like including your medicals. If you don't have insurance, yeah, it'll be a little bit cheaper. But if you go straight to fucking get an eye exam for like $100 and medicals for like $80, plus your license and your fellow ID, you're looking at $200 upstart. Yeah, I mean, like what the fuck? Like, I mean,
It's even before you get your cup, mouthpiece,
yeah, I mean,
fucking get some jiu-jitsu skills.
and then they wonder why it's hard for like us to matchmake these cards. Well, hell, when you go to South Carolina and pay $25 to fight,
Go for Virginia.
or pay nothing, I mean,
I will say though that our level of amateur
who the
MMA
fuck's sport is that? Oh, hell yeah.
I'm gonna go out there and get a drink. You guys want one? Go get a drink.
Man, I wish I could take the camera. Like I said though, I think our amateur MMA is on a much higher level than a lot of the other states that I've been around in the state.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not our pro because we
Wrestle
don't.
somewhere?
In the West Corner.
West Carteret?
Yeah.
The fucking beach.
Yeah, I'm a beach boy, man. Yeah, I won states. I lost to Ryan Wall my junior
Yeah,
year.
that's like 03.
Yeah, and that was my junior year, and I won my senior year.
Yeah, Ryan Wallace was a friend of mine wrestling Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a kid from Parker wrestle this dude that Frankie did.